Welcome everybody. Just seeing you all landing in the space. Welcome to the full moon gathering, August, feasting on nature. The air is hot and rich with the scent of chocolate, quite unlike the white powdery chocolate I knew as a boy. This has a throaty richness, like the perfumed beans from the coffee stall on the market. A redolence of amaretto and tiramisu, a smoky burned flavour that enters my mouth somehow and makes it water. There is a silver jug of the stuff on the counter from which a vapour rises. I recall that I have not breakfasted this morning. Joanne Harris, Chocolat. I'm welcoming you all to this time together and to the home of the full moon gatherings. It's my pleasure to offer this deeply immersive experience of community each full moon. So my name is Abby and I am one of the team at Tree Sisters. And I really want to invite you to step away from normal time and come into this sacred temple of togetherness and community for the next hour as we honor the full moon, sturgeon moon, the supermoon in Aquarius, and the first of 2 full moons this August. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, we find ourselves close to the moment of Lammas, the grain harvest, time of summer abundance, and the very gradual shortening of days. Whilst in the Southern Hemisphere, life is touching embark and the gentle unfurling of life into springtime. And of course, the many tropical climates in between. But for this next hour, wherever we're joining from, we get to share time under the light of the full moon, to pause and to notice everything that is being illuminated. So why do we gather? We gather to prioritize a restoration of ecological intimacy, to weave ourselves back in, to connect with our sensory body, to remember our elemental nature, and to make contact with ourselves, with each other, and with all of life. And whatever your personal reason for being here, I trust it is a great reason. And please know that you're welcome. And there is absolutely a seat in this circle for you. So as you may know, the vision for Tree Sisters has always been to reinstate a culture of reciprocity, to make it as normal to give back as it currently is to take. We more deeply embed ourselves in the whole. And these calls are free if you need them to be, and they are also an invitation to give back. So I'd love to invite everyone here to give back to the trees. And if you're not already a monthly donor, to perhaps consider signing up to become one. And this series of gatherings has been focused on slowing everything down, reconnecting to our senses, the way in which we access and experience the world. And the intention with this series is that we find an ever deepening experience of our own belonging. And we'll do this by slowing down each moment of experience and inviting awareness back into the living landscape of the body. So continuing our 6-month journey today, we're bringing the outside inside via the sense of taste. And before I share about what is going to happen in the call, I'd really love to hear from some of you about why you've joined the call today, and perhaps where you are in the world, and particularly if this is your first time joining us. I'd love to have some connection with your voices. Lizette, this is your first time. Welcome. Really good to have you here. I will say a little more about how these calls work in a moment. If anyone else wants to share where they're calling from, what drew them to gather today, Ruth says, taking time out to tune in. Kristen, this is my first time seeking community and a chance to meditate with others. Welcome, Kristen. Maria, my 5th time. I've been joining every time. Lovely. Katie, this is my first time. I'm in Bristol. Welcome. Emma in Brighton, 2nd season. Cynthia, here to replenish. Wheezy, this is your first time calling from Vermont. Bonnie from Southern California, a long-time member. Welcome back, Bonnie. Jyoti, this is my first time. Welcome. Christine, first time tuning in via Zoom, usually listening to the recordings. Needing to hold and be held in sisterhood. Really welcome here. Dorothy in Johannesburg, a chance to observe the full moon in community. Maria, Braden, my son, is here with me. Oh, hello, Braden. Glad that you could be here with us. Sue, I'm at home and able to give myself space to take part in something special for the full moon. Marianne, love engaging with everyone and the trees. We all need to commit to healing the planet. Beautiful. Anya in Scotland. Kira, those sisters of the earth, time to connect with others who also have a need to be grounded again. Rashmi from Manchester. Diane, my first time. I was going to a full moon sweat lodge this evening, but was unable to get there. So I'm here to stop doing and be for a while. Beautiful, glad that you could join us. Marta, first time joining from Ireland, in need of rest and nourishment. Very grateful to be here. Wow. Jen in Tasmania. Shauna in the Rocky Mountains in Utah. We're really everywhere. So it's really good to feel the circle gathering. I hope you can get a sense of all of these wonderful energies gathering around you as well. So to say a little bit more about what's going to happen in the call. In a moment, there'll be an invitation to settle into yourself, to find comfort and safety for your body in the space that you're in right now. And then we will journey together. And at various points, I will give specific invitations, inviting you to come and share what you're noticing in the chat box. And these invitations are loosely just sharing what's waking up through your body, what you're noticing. So it's not something that you can get wrong. It's just tuning into your own experience moment to moment. And your participation is welcome in whatever way feels good for you today. So if it feels available to come and share in the chat when I offer those invitations, then please do. And if you're new to these calls, it's the sharings that come into the chat that are woven together to form our co-created community offering to the senses. So please take care of yourselves during this practice. And you're welcome to move your body in any way that helps you to access what's going on within your body. And so if it supports you to tune in to your experience through moving, through dancing, through swaying, rolling, stretching, resting in stillness, please feel permission to honor exactly what's needed. So let's take a breath together and begin to land in ourselves. And remembering that we're arriving here all at different times of the day, putting down different aspects of our lives to come and take this time out. I want to invite you to really recognize that you're gifting yourself that and appreciate yourself for making that choice. And to be welcome here in whatever state you're in, to bring your whole messy, beautiful, complex self. You don't need to be any particular way. And just to note that as we enter our felt sense, it's possible that we might come close to ourselves in a particular way that touches into sensitive parts or parts that have been kept aside. So it's possible you might touch your vulnerability, your tenderness, your grief, your anger, and just to say that it is all welcome here. But if at any point it feels too much or overwhelming, I want to invite you to find a way to just coming back to noticing the contact with the ground or a place in your body that feels comfortable or neutral, a place that you can turn to as a place of resource. So just beginning to notice your body in this moment. Noticing how it is full of sensations. Full of sensations, it's full of intelligence. So just taking a moment to appreciate that by bringing your attention into your heart, into your belly, and into your feet. And just notice the place where your body is meeting the earth body. That there's this place of contact of bodies. And an awareness of how the earth is holding you towards her all the time. And then feeling for a sense of deepening this connection by growing your own roots down into the earth, making deep intertwining, interweaving contact. Noticing the possibility that in this underground world, there are also the roots of others here in the circle. And as you open your awareness to include the shared space of all of us through this entanglement of roots, all the way through and across the planet, taking your awareness now beyond the human to include the bigger relational web of life, feeling how it's containing us, it's meeting us, it's deeply accepting and loving us exactly as we are. And then gently returning your attention back to yourself, to this moment, noticing your breathing, noticing the movement of air coming in and out of your body. Feeling for the very center of your being, and also the edges of your skin. And just simply taking a breath in this space that you occupy right now between earth and sky. And this exploration into the sense of taste today is about coming close to our immediate environment. Where you will be given the possibility to engage with invitations around taste. As we all come together like family, our own individual trees gathering into this whole forest of environments, creating this diverse and amazing ecosystem. And simply beginning by noticing how you're experiencing yourself through all of your senses. A brief check-in with what you can see in this moment. What are you touching and what is touching you? Are you present to any smells or tastes? And also noticing the multi-layered soundscape maybe surrounding you. So without effort, just dropping a gentle attention to encourage the sensory body to open up to receptivity. No forcing, just gently arriving breath by breath. And remembering that where we put our attention is really the home of our power. And as we bring the outside inside via taste, appreciating how the world outside of us penetrates us and makes itself known through the senses. Through our capacity to experience the world as edible, we are becoming the substance of life itself. It is so much via taste that we can know ourselves as truly elemental in this ongoing sensual exchange. How is it to acknowledge that edible life becomes our body via taste, and ultimately our bodies will be consumed back into nature as we become edible? Just spend a moment considering the intimacy of this ecological exchange. And just notice what arises in you. And I invite you to come and share any noticings, feelings, sensations, images. Coming to the chat, disturbing yourself as little as possible. And adding your voice, and then just gently bringing yourself back into your own space. Just considering this, the intimacy of this ecological exchange. We eat and we become edible. The cycle of life. In our lives, our sense of taste is encouraging us all the time to seek satisfaction, to feed and nourish ourselves, bringing pleasure, satiation, texture, flavour and delight, serving us in so many ways. From the mundane tastes of everyday life, the reliable go-to foods, to the tastes that bring you joy and pleasure, or the ones that bring you comfort, settling and memories. Tastes can remind us of so much, connect us back to moments of care, times of celebration and sharing. They plug us reassuringly into the generosity of nature, keeping us closely intertwined with seasonal cycles, providing what we need in plentiful abundance. Taking a moment to appreciate this generosity that allows us to bring nature inside of our being in such a fulsome way. What flavours of nature, what food so abundantly gifted to us are your favourites? Just in this moment, trust what arises and come and share these foods, these flavours in the chat. Which of these gifts make their way into your awareness as you're asked that question? What food, what flavour? Coming and sharing, and then gently returning your attention back to your own space again. And then just notice how the recalling of foods and favourite tastes may have brought your attention directly into your body, maybe into your belly, maybe your mouth or tongue. Just feeling now for any sensations that are present. A rumbling tummy, a yearning, awareness of hunger or thirst. Just noticing where else in your body taste or the desire for taste, where does it feel alive? And as you notice any sensations in your body, finding words that come close to describing what you're noticing coming alive as taste awakens fully in your body. And coming and sharing in the chat. Where does taste live? Where does the desire for taste come alive? What sensations are you noticing? Coming to share and then gently returning your attention. Coming back from the screen now and into your inner world again. And I want to invite you now to recall a time in nature, a time where taste was a dominant part of your experience. Maybe this was picnic, picking apples from a tree, finding wild leaves, or the taste of warm summer rain. A snowflake landing on your lip, plucking juicy tomatoes or ripe berries from a bush. Feeling for all of the memories and associations, what time of year it was, who you were with, where you were, and any feelings that were present. Was it a celebration, a shared time in community? Or were you alone on a wild foraging adventure? And noticing again how memories wake up sensations within your body. Perhaps longings come alive, hunger and yearnings. Taste buds switching on, the body becoming receptive. You might feel to run your tongue around the inside of your mouth, the backs of your teeth, or licking your lips. Notice right now if there are any lingering flavours present in your mouth. What is it like to awaken your mouth and the connection to the world through taste as you recall these memories? Notice if there are any lingering flavours present in your mouth. And just coming and sharing in the chat what it's like to notice these sensations, to recall these memories. And then again, returning your attention back to yourself. And feeling into any taste present in this moment. Perhaps you even have a gift from nature in the space that you're in. Something you can take a mindful bite of or sip of, slowly savouring the flavours and textures. And if nothing to savour is immediately available to you, return to the lingering flavours alive in your mouth, or those that were awoken by the memories you recall. And simply noticing now, what can you taste? And if this particular taste, if it had a voice and it could speak, what would it be saying? And again, simply trusting what arises and coming and sharing in the chat. If this taste had a voice and could speak, what would it be saying? Again, returning back into your space. I'm going to invite you now to begin to let go of intentionally being led by taste and allowing any lingering flavours to drop away. If you come back inside of your deep self, with the senses settling, as you receive the invitation to rest, to really rest in the space that you're in, to be comfortable. And as you rest into stillness now, you can notice where you're touching, where you're being touched, what you're resting into, and how these points of contact will always remind us of our physicality and our earthly body. So there's an opportunity to really be held by the earth now and to simply receive. As I offer out our co-created prayer and poem to taste, and to the multitude of flavours and experiences connected with taste. And making sure you're really in a comfortable space now. And here is our offering to taste. I eat and am eaten. Sensuality. I am the earth. I eat and am eaten. The pleasure of growing. A sense of peace. Felt as if I am pregnant to a forest. I am the earth. The pleasure of growing. I am the earth. Sense of peace. Laying in my tent, imagining my green burial locally and my wee pup buried nearby too, returning to the cycles of life. Mint, raspberry, blueberries, a warm brown drink, rosemary and tarragon from the windowsill, joy and pleasure. Yes, berries freshly picked. I spent much of yesterday afternoon picking berries. Blueberries and strawberries, mulberries. Blueberries and strawberries, mulberries, picking dark bilberries with my sister in the mountainside of mid-Wales, threading them onto grass stalks to eat in the car on the way home. Rosemary and tarragon from the windowsill. Pineapple, orange, mushrooms, fruits, freshly picked peas, freshly picked blackberries. I am the earth. Feel so circular and being part of the earth, becoming part of all. Becoming part of all. I picked apricots in the hollow this morning. I picked apricots in the hollow this morning. I eat and am eaten, the pleasure of growing. The pleasure of growing. I am thankful for all that nourishes me. Freshly picked peas. An aliveness through my system, feeling the life-giving body being in the end itself subsumed in the earth. Vibration of life as alive in decaying body. We are part of an infinitely complex web of sensory exchanges. sweet flavours and spices, farm fresh, ripe peaches, cyclical living. We are part of the earth. I am thankful for all that nourishes me. I am thankful for all that nourishes me, feeling such vulnerability and gratitude. Juicy tomatoes, lettuce, mayonnaise, the three sisters growing in unity with delicious soil and protected by trees. Gratitude, communing, pleasure, wimberries and wild raspberries, tongue, intuition, pleasure, cleansing my body, tingling, alive connectivity. Seems so far away. Seems so far away, mouth-watering, feels energizing, comforting flavors, textures, scents. Sage with its cleansing taste. Smell of rain in the summer, comforting. Warm, connecting, alive connectivity, relationship. Refreshing water. Taste of the water of the river. Alive connectivity. Feeling blessed with these gifts. Sharp sweetness, salty crunch, luscious, tart, sweet berries. Flowery richness in my belly. Flowery richness in my belly. Mango smoothie still lingers in my mouth. Tingling. Tingling, expectant, fizzing on my tongue. Raw chocolate melting in morning oats. Soothing home of it. Comforting, drinking hot chocolate with turmeric. Sweet joy and nourishment. Running my finger down an open pea pod from Dad's allotment to release a handful of crunchy sweet peas. Dark and deep. Dark and deep be at peace. Take what you need and let go the rest. Pineapple, orange, mushrooms, fresh grapes, apricot leather, sun-dried. Wild berries abound in the up of Michigan wild. Strawberries, raspberries, thimbleberries, blackberries, yum. Berries, we have so many here now. Grateful, nature, nourishing. Raspberries. The fruit eaten right from the plant. Life explodes inside. Life explodes inside. Blackcurrant jam. Please. Joy. Abundance. Communing. Marmite on toast. Roasted chestnuts. Gratitude. Blueberries and strawberries, mulberries, cocoa beans, edible flowers, herbs and roots, intuition, tongue, luscious, tart, sweet, berries, dark and deep. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy, pure, take time to savor. Memories of foraging as a child in the black forest for blueberries, blackberries, hazelnuts and mushrooms. Bright, lively, floral, red fruit voice of raspberry picked yesterday. She sings and dances delicately. Sage says, I will protect you. I will protect you. Thank you. Be at peace. Love for trees and their gift of fruit and from the earth. Take time to savor. Smoky memory of coffee from earlier fills my mouth. Sage says, I will protect you. Taste of some particularly fruity jam feeling so invited to take some now. Take what you need and let go the rest. Dark and deep, enjoy. Enjoy taste of the water on the river. Sweet joy and nourishment. Hot chocolate with turmeric. Open pea pod. Comforting relationship. Seems so far away. Flavours, textures, scents. Fresh bossed pears from a childhood neighbourhood tree. Green beans from my grandpa's garden. Tomatoes fresh off the vine. Feeling blessed with these gifts. Sweet berries, salty crunch, mulberries, grapes, mushrooms, homegrown raspberries and strawberries still warm from the sun, mint, blueberries, thimbleberries, juicy, tasty berries we pick from bushes, freshly picked peas, lettuce, mayonnaise, the three sisters growing in unity, flavors and spices. I am thankful for all that nourishes me. Vibration of life as alive and decaying body. Felt as if I am pregnant to a forest. I eat and am eaten. I eat and am eaten. Sensuality. Earth. Endless cycle. We're part of an endless cycle in this way. Feels so circular. Sense of peace. Part of the earth. Part of an infinitely complex web of sensory exchanges. Sensory exchanges, sweet flavors and spices, apricot, grapes, mulberries, joy and pleasure, blackcurrant jam, edible flowers, please, joy, abundance, pleasure, wimberries, tongue, cleansing my body, mango, smoothie, flowery richness, feels energizing, warm, connecting, refreshing water, hot chocolate, turmeric, pea pod, Savour, memories of foraging as a child, hazelnuts, mushroom, bright, lively, floral, red fruit, voice of raspberry, picked yesterday. She sings and dances delicately, delicately comforting, connecting relationship, flowery richness, tingling, smell of rain, summer, moon and water, belly lingers in my mouth, gratitude, grapes, fresh fruit of summer, the wet sweetness of watermelon. Life explodes inside. The wet sweetness of watermelon. Fruits. Such vulnerability and gratitude. Delicious soil protected by trees. An aliveness through my system. Feeling the life-giving body, being in the end itself subsumed in the earth. We are part of an infinitely complex web of sensory exchanges. Pregnant to a forest, sensuality. I am the earth. I am the earth, I eat and am eaten. I am the earth, sensuality. I am the earth, the sense of peace, becoming part of all ripe peaches, gratitude, lettuce, a warm brown drink, watermelon. Life explodes inside, mint, blueberry, raspberry, orange, pineapple, bilberry, rain in the summer, textures, scents, oats, soothing, refreshing, hot, chocolate, sweet, joy and nourishment, pure, dark, deep, I will protect you, bright, floral, savour, fruity jam. Take what you need and let go the rest. Be at peace. Take time to savour. Love for trees fills my mouth. I will protect you. Warm, connecting, energizing. Rosemary and tarragon. Apricot leather. Wildberry. Wild. Peace. Sweetness. Fresh. Flavours. Aliveness. So circular and being part of the earth. Becoming part of all. I eat and am eaten. Intuition. Tingling, flowery, cleansing, feeling blessed with these gifts. Luscious, richness, comforting, flavours, mouth-watering, refreshing. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy. Take time to savour. Be at peace. Be at peace. Take what you need and let go of the rest. Just letting the magic of the words just work their way into your body and your being. Very gently, without force. And slowly I want to invite you to awaken your body again back into this current time and space, and to perhaps take a yawn or a stretch. Look around the space that you're in and feel the support of the ground underneath you. And just notice how you're experiencing yourself now. Reflecting on how it was to hear your words amongst others. Particularly how it was to to share and to listen. Have your words woven in with others, your memories, your experiences, and how it was to receive the poem as a whole. And as you gently bring yourself into the space of the moment right now, I want to invite anything that needs to be spoken to kind of integrate the experience, to bring our time together towards its closing. I invite you to come and share in the chat anything that would feel supportive and land you back into a place where you can feel settled when we close together. Chloe says, I loved when I heard my words spoken. Alison, so surprised at all the memories of garden and hedgerow fresh foods I enjoyed as a child. Feels like a really long time ago. Really evocative images from everyone today. Thank you so much. Yeah, I noticed my mouth is watering. Rashmi, so beautiful, awaken the senses, and feels so wonderful to hear our words as poetry. Easy, lovely way to celebrate the moon. Thank you. And thank you for being here and taking part, Missy. Thankful for the rising feeling of Mother Earth shine while listening. Be well, thank you. Jen, magic. Betsy, so many voices, so many tastes. That, thank you. Anya, feeling my body spread out like syrup. Lovely. Is that so many sharings and being a whole. Amy, I love being part of this community of impressions and memories of the fruits and flavours of the natural world. Yeah, it's very evocative. Judith, being moved from activity to a deep connected peace. Cynthia, delicious replenishment. Kira, enjoyed listening to the range of experiences. Yeah. Simone, feeling vibrant and alive. Beautiful. And thank you all very much for bringing your voices in. Is that looking at the moon right now? The moon seems was with us all the meditation. Oh, wonderful. I think it's too cloudy here to see the moon tonight. Oh, Caroline just signed in late. Yes, do catch the recording and yeah, be bathed in the flavours of how it's been. Thank you, everybody. And I'd really like to invite you to spend some time over this next month to really listening and paying a very kind of deep, slow attention to tastes in nature. You know, particularly if you are somewhere in the world where we're in a kind of harvest time and there is plenty of things growing wild, to really tune in and savor. Maybe intentionally seeking new flavors as you cook and eat, taking time to appreciate texture and flavor of different foods. So to really intentionally bring yourself into contact with the sense of taste and the edible, bringing your whole being present to notice the experience. And I hope that brings wonderful, juicy experiences for you all. And yeah, it's been beautiful to gather like this. And I want to say thank you to Ria for her support in the background, for holding things steady, and to wish you many blessings for this moon. And yes, we will be gathering again at the end of the month for the 2nd August full moon, the blue moon, where we will be closing this series and diving into interoception, so your internal felt sense, as we close this. So until then, may all the magic surrounding you be illuminated by the light of the moon. And I look forward to seeing you as we finish up our journey enlivening our sensory selves. So thank you for being here, and wishing you great peace and many blessings. Thank you, everyone.